Fox News Alert, major developments in just the past few minutes in the crucial debate over the Second Amendment that is playing out in Washington, D.C. right now. We have just learned that Vice President Joe Biden plans to give President Obama his recommendations on ways to curb gun violence by Tuesday. That's where we begin today's edition of America Live. Welcome, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. This comes as the Vice President holds meetings today with sportsmen, wildlife interest groups, Walmart, and most notably, the National Rifle Association. The NRA meeting is scheduled to take place later this hour, and it is all less than 24 hours after the Vice President sent some shockwaves in some circles by suggesting that President Obama may circumvent Congress on this issue and use executive orders to get some of these new gun rules in place.
On whatever side of this debate you fall, if the President is going to act, or executive orders, executive action that can be taken, we haven't decided what yet, but we're compiling it all with help of the Attorney General and all the rest of the cabinet members, as well as legislative action we believe is required.
Chris Direwall is our Fox News digital politics editor and host of Power Play on FoxNews.com Live, and Pete Hegseth is CEO of Concerned Veterans for America. And your Power Play piece today, Chris, talks about how they're getting nowhere on this issue. I mean, the Vice President's having meetings, but at the end of the day, pardon the phrase, if they want to really pass meaningful legislation, and he can do some things by executive order, we're going to get into that later, but not all things, then he's going to need to get bipartisan support for these proposals. And you are feeling less than optimistic that he will get it, and explain why.
Well, look, here's the thing. If you don't have fundamental agreement about what the discussion is, you can't have an agreement. You know how the Israelis always say that they won't negotiate with any until they acknowledge the right of Israel to exist as a country. The Republicans and the Democrats are fighting over the debt ceiling. Liberals say debt ceiling is a fiction. It's not even real. It may be the law, but it's antiquated. It's out of date. That's where we are now on the Second Amendment, where you hear people like Andrew Cuomo and his State of the State speech in New York last night.
And can I interrupt you on that? Because knowing
Yes,
you were going to
ma'am.
go there, we queued up this sound, and Chris is going to make his point about this sound. Listen to the governor of New York, and we have Bill Clinton here, too, as well, who I know you mentioned in Power Play. Listen to them.
I say to you, forget the extremists. It's simple. No one hunts with an assault rifle. No one needs 10 bullets to kill a deer. And too many innocent people have died already. End the madness now.
I grew up in this hunting culture, but this is nuts. Why does anybody need a 30 clip, a 30-round clip for a gun? Why does anybody need one of those things that carries 100 bullets? A guy in Colorado had one of those.
So the Bill Clinton bite was a little garbled, but he's talking about why does anybody need one of those things that carries 100 bullets? The guy in Colorado had one of those.
That's right, because they're talking about deer hunting. They're talking about that stuff, about what do people need to go hunting. Now, this is because on the left, the Second Amendment is seen as archaic, that it doesn't mean what it says in terms of that these rights shall not be infringed, that there's an absolute right to own firearms. Now, the right, the conservatives in this debate, see this as a God-given, sacrosanct right, that this is not about whether you like to go deer hunting. This is not about that. This is about the federal government is enjoined in the Constitution from infringing on your rights. We're having a we're talking past each other. Mm-hmm. The left and the right are talking past each other the whole time, and unless you agree on what the foundation of this discussion is, you're never going to make any progress.
You know, Pete, I haven't heard a lot of the Republicans articulating, and it's not just Republicans, I shouldn't say that, because this isn't a pure ideological Republican-Democrat issue, but I haven't heard a lot of the gun rights defenders come out and just openly say, look, why do I need a 100-round magazine? It's not that I need it, it's that I want it, and it's my constitutional right to have it. And I don't want lawmakers taking it away from me because the founders said they couldn't.
I think you do hear some people saying that because we do draw, I'm an NRA member. I believe in the right to bear arms. I think we should protect that constitutional right. It is enshrined in the Constitution. But the other side uses the sort of veneer of assault weapons, right? It's big. It's got a collapsible buttstock. It looks like a military weapon, and they bunch it all together, not differentiating between is it a semi-automatic, is it automatic, is it selective fire. These are important differentiators that they should be drawing. And then they go to magazine clips. Well, what's the difference between 100 rounds or 30 rounds or 20 rounds or 10 rounds? These are all different distinctions they're trying to make, ignoring the constitutional reality. And it's messy. The right to bear arms is messy. It's difficult. Background checks, should we have them, especially in light of the mental